Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back, Bookers Besties, to another video. I know I've been giving you guys a thing about vlogs, so I thought why not throw in a little kind of bookish question kind of thing. It's called the what the fuck am I saying? It's called the Reader Taste Test tag. Basically, it's a bunch of questions created by this creator that I will tag down below. And it's just getting to know me and my reading taste as a reader to see if we have similar taste and things like that. I don't know why I am moving so much, but here I am moving a shit ton. Anyways, this is what this video is. I decided, like I said, y'all get a bunch of reading vlogs from me. You barely got any sit down and talk videos. So let's sit down, chit chat it up, and let's go. The first question is, how do you rate books? I used a 5-star rating scale from 1 to 5. 1 is either a DNF, where I made it at least 50% of the way through the book, or a should have DNF'd. I hated the book in general. There was like maybe one good thing about it, and that was it. But 1 is pretty much like I hated it, or a DNF. Okay. 2-star is I didn't hate the book, but I also didn't like the book. I read it. There were things I liked. I just will never be going back to it again. 3 stars, very mid, very like, I read it. I had equal parts that I liked, equal parts that I don't like. And I probably wouldn't recommend it, but it'd be recommended to a specific person who I would know would like it, 4, I liked it. It was very good. I enjoyed it very, very much. I saw little to no flaws in it. Sometimes 4 stars are like a vibe only thing. I'll be like, the vibes were immaculate. I don't care about anything else. 4 stars. And then 5 stars, absolutely loved it. Immaculate. I don't care what you say. You can say nothing bad about this book because I would not believe you. I love it. You can hate it for all I care, but it's one of my favorite books of all time. Now, obviously, I have my like 6-star reads, but there's a very rare. I have like 2 6-star reads. So, but that's not even like a star that you can give it, so it doesn't really matter. The second question is, how do you review books? I don't know, because I don't really review books. Like, if I review a book, I'd be like, I liked it. It was good. That was it. Unless it's like a fantasy book where like I'm very analytical when it comes to my fantasy books, where like I know at this point what I like and what I don't like when it comes to fantasy books. So a lot of the time, if the plot's good, I'll say that. Like, I will go dive deep into a fantasy book about every single point that I did and don't like. But I can also be very casual when it comes to reviewing books. It just kind of depends on the book that I'm reviewing, So like a romance book, I could be like, yeah, it was good. I liked it. The emotions were great. And it was a pretty chill book. But for fantasy, I could be like, oh my god, this character, the plot, this, that, and the other. And I could just go on and on about it. The third question is, what book made you a reader? And actually, I have the books on my shelf. So let me grab those. These are what made me a reader. The Percy Jackson series, I read this when I was younger, and I was like a dyslexic reader about a book with a dyslexic character, and it also has great gods. Yes, give it to me right now. And sorry, those were books falling. And so I read this, and I'm so happy that I have the original box set with like the spines that line up with these, because these are my pride and joy from when I was a kid, and now that I have this, it's a Christmas present. 1 year that I plan on never, ever, ever getting rid of, and I'm so happy that I have them. Like, these are so stunning. Okay, but yeah, this is the book series that made me a reader. I like remember reading this series in like a week or so because I was so invested in this story. The fourth book is, do you have a genre niche? I mean, I guess I do. I kind of love to read like romantasy or like epic fantasies. There are only like a couple epic fantasies that I read. Like, I read Mistborn earlier in the year. I have also read, the book is on my shelf. It's literally right here. I've also read this. I don't know if this is considered an epic fantasy, but I like these types of fantasy as well. Um, so yeah, I guess romantasy is where I usually sit, or fantasy romance, because I'm not all the time looking for a romantasy where the romance is as much as a plot as the fantasy is. A lot of times I'm looking for more fantasy than I am romance. But I mean, when you look at my shelves, you would think romantasy is literally what I read. But then you look at something like Legend Born and you're like, whoa. Or like The Cool Prince, where like romance takes the very, 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 very back burner of everything. Same thing with like Throne of Glass. Like, yes, there's romance, but that takes the back burner. And I'm like, yes. So I mean, I guess you could say I have a genre niche. I mean, I go outside of my comfort zone sometimes, but that's only sometimes. So generally prefer character driven or plot driven books. I don't know. Because I feel like your characters make your plot. You know, as a person who's writing a book, okay, as a person who's writing a book, who just started writing their book again for the first time in like years, I am a lot. I feel like my characters drive my plot forward. Like my character decisions make the plot go the way it goes. So I feel like both a little bit, but more so definitely character driven books, I guess, where the characters have their own desires and wishes, and that's what's driving the plot forward. Um, but I will read a plot driven story. Like The Assassin's Apprentice, I feel like is more of a plot driven story. Um, whereas, or you could say this is both plot driven and character driven because we're striving towards this one end goal, but also our character decisions kind of drive the story as well. So I mean, I kind of do both. It just kind of depends on where I'm reading, like what genre I'm reading, you could say. So like a lot of our romance is mostly character driven. There's rarely ever like an actual like plot in those books, but you know. This question I'm gonna absolutely love answering. What's a book you love so much that if someone doesn't wait, what? What's a book you love so much that you don't care if others don't like it? This one, okay? This one right here, don't care. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you tell me you hate it. Cool, you hate it. I love it. I don't care. I love it enough for the both of us, okay? This one, okay? This one, I have three very specific answers, okay? This one right here, okay? This is one of them. This one right here, okay? I have not even finished this series, but The Poppy War by itself, masterpiece. I don't care. You can say every bad plot hole that you see in it, and I'd still be like, I don't care. Cool. I saw it too, but I still love it. Okay, like baby, this book right here, I absolutely adore it, and you can tell me nothing bad about it, baby. I don't care. I don't even care. This one right here, this series right here, this book right here, everything to me, okay? I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Legit Born by Trisha Dion. Absolutely adore this book, okay? One of my favorites, top tier series, okay? God tier series for me, okay? All three of these books I love for me and every single person who hates these books, okay? I said what I said and I don't take back what I said. What's a book? Question number 7 is what's a book you love so much that if someone doesn't like it, you know your reading tastes don't align? Ooh, that's hard because there are books that I love that some of my favorite booktubers like hate, but like I still watch them because we have such similar taste that I know it doesn't matter if we hate that one book. Especially some of these books. Some of my favorite booktubers hate one of those 3 books that I just listed. But I feel like maybe out of the 3 I just said, it's definitely The Cruel Prince. I feel like if you don't like this, then our reading tastes aren't going to be similar. because this book has a special place in my little heart, okay? It is a book that got me back into reading when I first started reading again back in like 2021. So this for sure, I think is the book that, like, if you don't like it, I fear we don't have similar reading taste. I fear that we just won't align and we won't get along. Because if you get it, you get it, okay? If you get it, you get it. What's in your trash pocket? What are books, tropes, or themes that you know were bad but you love them anyway? Ooh. Ooh. Um Listen, the trope in this one is she's a human girl being hunted, or she listen, listen. The books where, like, the character thinks they're nothing and then they have this big strong guy come and protect them only to find out that there's something. Yeah. Yeah, I eat that trope up every time. Does it kind of suck because women should be just as powerful as men in books? Yes, but will I eat that trope up every single fucking time? Yeah. Yeah, without fail. And this is one of them. This is like God tier series for me, okay? I feel like this series is going to be my ride or die sooner or later. Once I read more of it, I fear I will eat it up. Another one is definitely bully romances, where, like, the book starts off where the characters absolutely hate each other. They're like doing the most dirty, down low, dirty things they possibly could to one another, and end up falling in love anyways. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Period. Okay, the bully romances will get me every single fucking time. Every single time. Without fail. Do you have, but question number 9 is, do you have any deal breakers in books? Cheating. That's my one deal breaker. I will occasionally put up with a, like, surprise pregnancy if it's done the right way and if I like the characters enough. I'm fine with it. But, like, cheating is my main one. I don't think I've had any other thing that I'm just like in books. I'm just like, no. Because, like I said, I read a lot. I read a lot of dark romance. And, yeah, we know how that goes. But yeah, cheating is my one, like, deal breaker in any book that I'm just like, absolutely not. You could not pay me to read that fucking book. Thank you. Question number 10 is, what's a strong opinion you have a book released within the last year, whether it's overrated, underrated, or just a take that you need to share? I don't know. I haven't read that many, like, newer releases. I don't think, from what I can remember. Um, Actually, this. Listen, listen, listen. Is this a bit overrated? I think so. I personally rated it as like a 4.5. I'm not saying I hated the book, but it's also just a little bit too hyped for my liking. Like, yeah, it's a good book, but it's like this trope has been done in many different ways. It's just not been done in this way specifically. And I don't understand. Okay? Listen, I enjoyed this. Okay? But I did not understand the hype around it because this book trope has been done in different ways before. So, I mean, what is, I don't know. I just had to say that. Like, I love, like, genuinely enjoyed the book, but why was everybody so in love with it at the time? I don't know. What do you look for in writing? Is question number 11. Like, what makes a book stand out to me? Um, I don't know. I think sometimes it can be the theme that is shown throughout the book. Um, or it could be the prose. The way the author writes, the prose they throw into their book can also be like a good or bad type thing for me. A lot of times, I don't really pay attention to writing in the book until someone else points it out and they're like quoting quotes from the book, and I'm like, okay, yeah, the prose, immaculate. A lot of times, I just look for the themes, but also like the structure and way an author writes a book could be a give or take for me. Like, not give or take, it could be a continue reading or DNF. The way an author structures their book and the way they kind of write throughout their book could also be like a if I hate it or love it type thing. So, I mean, it just kind of depends on the book. And it's another one where the answer depends on the book and the author I'm reading from. Like, if it's an author I've never read from, my expectations or their writing style and the theme I'm trying to portray about their book. If it's an author that I already know, it's definitely their prose. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, like I don't. So do with that what you will. Question number 12 is, how do you decide what to read next? Do you plan ahead, mood read, or follow external factors? I mood read. Unless I have a book for the library where like I have a time limit on the book, then obviously that book is getting read next after whatever I'm already reading. But most of the time, it's mood reading. I just kind of, unless I'm doing like a specifically themed vlog or anything like that, most of the time I just go with the flow. And whatever my heart is set on, whatever I look at on my shelf, I'm like, I want to read that, is what I literally pick up next. So I don't have a specific way I follow reading, okay? I'm a mood reader at heart. I try to tell myself that I'm not, but I'm too chaotic to try and set something and then go out and read that. So question 13 is, where do you get inspiration for your booktube content? I watch a lot of booktubers, okay? Not gonna lie, I am subscribed to at least 20 booktubers, all with varying content, who also somehow have the same content. Um, but a lot of my inspiration comes from Covers with Cassidy. I absolutely adore, and I mean adore, her channel. That is where I get a lot of my romantasy recs, okay? I also have Raven Hair Reader. Adore her videos. I'm actually on her Patreon. That's how much I adore her, because if I don't adore you, I'm not on your Patreon. Covers with Cassidy is one Patreon I plan to be on within the next couple months. I'm just on a limited budget already as is. So like I can only be subscribed to like 2 or 3 at the moment. And so hers is next. But as I was saying, Covers with Cassidy, Raven Hair Reader. Those are my third one. My top 3, and the last one on the high up, my top 3 is Beck and the Books. Hands down, favorite booktuber. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I love her. I will take a book right from her and run with it. Especially when she gives a book a 5-star. I'm like, I need to read it. Immediately add to my TBR. These 3, if they tell me to read a book, I go add it to my TBR or buy the book, okay? I don't care. Those 3 right there give me my content ideas a little bit, especially when it comes to Covers with Cassidy, because one of her videos that she did with the Sims packs, I plan on doing something like that in the future. Obviously, she's gonna be inspired by her, but I also play the Sims, so obviously I do a video with that. Question 14 is, if you could make any book go viral right now, what would it be? Ooh, I feel like a lot of books on my shelf have had their moment, okay, have had their like little moment to pop off in the world. But if I had to pick one where it's a very specific community that only has only read it, then I would definitely pick Hell Fallen With Us by Andrew Joseph White. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I absolutely adore this book by him. This is a book where you are following Benji. He is on the run from a cult that he was raised in. what was I saying? He was raised in a cult that raised him and basically unleashed Armageddon and decimated the world's population. He basically is trying to search for a place where he can get away from this cult, and that's when he runs into Nick and all these people from the ALC, which is the Atchison LGBTQ plus Center. And so they decide they want to take down this organization altogether with the help of Benji, since he was raised on the inside. And y'all, listen, a book set after the world has basically ended and everybody is literally fighting for their lives. Love to fucking see it, okay? Love to see it, alright? And this one proved me right. I have read this book physically and I have listened to the audiobook, and both times I absolutely adored this book. This is a 5-star, 6-star read in my opinion, okay? This deserves so much more hype. It deserves so many more people to read it. It deserves everything, okay? I feel like I have not seen a booktuber read this. And if you are a booktuber and you have read this, point me to that video. But I want, like, Cassidy, Becca, Rachel, all of them to read this, because I think they would really enjoy it. Hopefully, if they were to, like, pick it up, you know. Last but not least, question number 15 is, who are some booktubers with reading tastes similar to yours? Definitely Cover with Cassidy. Raven-haired reader, for sure. Eleanor reads. Madison Kate. Love that woman. Adore her, okay? I'm glad you could make it. Okay, anyways. Emmy. Emmy is one that I absolutely adore. Mariana. Although she just created her booktube this year, Mariana. Oh, love to see her, okay? That's the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I follow so many that it's hard to think about all of them, but those are the ones that come to the top of my mind when I'm like, these people, I read some of the same books, we read them around the same time, and I will take a recommendation from them any time of the day because we have such similar taste. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy getting to know me a bit more. We talked a lot, okay? I had a lot to say, okay? But I decided you guys need a little bit more from me than just weekly vlogs and seeing what I'm reading and the additional, like, 1 or 2 sit-down videos. So here I am. I need to take my dog on a walk before she drives me absolutely insane walking back and forth across my room. Yes, I'm talking about you. We're going to go on a walk, okay? Are you ready to go on a walk? Yeah? You want to go on a walk? You want to go for a walk? Yeah? Her tail is wagging. So I'm going to go do that. And I will see you guys in my next one. I hope you have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, and whatever part of the world you are having. And whatever part of the world you are having it in, I will link all the booktubers mentioned down below. And I will also I will put a list of all the books mentioned down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, that's up to you. I am so close to 70 subscribers. Hopefully by the time this video is up, I'm at 70 subscribers. Maybe, who knows? I see the people who watch and aren't subscribed. You should subscribe if you like my videos. But that's it from me today, guys. Good